Once upon a time, in a peaceful countryside, there lived a dedicated shepherd who had a flock of 100 sheep. Every day, he took care of them with great care and love. The shepherd led his sheep to green pastures where they could graze and find fresh food. He guided them to clean, still waters where they could drink and stay hydrated. His job was to keep them safe from predators and ensure they were well looked after. The shepherd knew each sheep by name and understood their personalities. Some were curious and adventurous, while others were more timid and cautious. Each one was important to him, and he took pride in his role as their caretaker. His days were filled with the rhythmic sounds of sheep and the peaceful sights of the countryside. One day, as the sun began to set and the sky turned a soft orange, the shepherd started to gather his sheep to take them back to their pen for the night. This was a routine he followed every evening. He counted them carefully, as he always did, to make sure none were missing. 99, 98, 97. He counted aloud, his voice steady and calm. But as he reached the end of his count, he noticed something alarming. There were only 99 sheep, not 100. The shepherd's heart sank. One of his precious sheep was missing. The shepherd felt a deep sense of concern. He knew that a sheep alone could face many dangers. Wild animals, rough terrain, and the darkness of the night. His love for the sheep was so great that he couldn't bear the thought of leaving even one behind. Without hesitation, the shepherd made a decision. He would leave the 99 sheep in the safety of the pen and set out to find the lost one. Though it was getting dark, and the night was filled with potential dangers, he knew he had to act quickly. He grabbed a lantern to light his way and began his search. The terrain was difficult. The shepherd walked through dense bushes, climbed steep hills, and crossed small streams. The night was cold, and the wind howled, but he pushed on. He called out for the lost sheep, hoping that its familiar bleat would guide him. The search was tiring, and every moment felt like an eternity. As the hours passed, the shepherd's hope began to wane. The darkness seemed endless, and the cold was biting. But just as he was about to lose hope, he heard a faint, familiar bleat in the distance. His heart skipped a beat. Could it be the lost sheep? He followed the sound carefully, making his way through the underbrush. As he approached, the bleat grew louder, and the shepherd's excitement grew. Finally, he spotted the lost sheep. It was huddled in a small, sheltered nook. Looking tired and frightened, the shepherd's heart was filled with relief and joy. He knelt beside the sheep and gently picked it up. The lost sheep, sensing the shepherd's warmth and safety, seemed to relax. It nuzzled against the shepherd, and the shepherd carefully placed it on his shoulders. With the lost sheep safely on his back, the shepherd began the journey back to the pen. The way home was much easier, now that he had found his sheep. The weight of the sheep on his shoulders was a reminder of the love and commitment he had for his flock. When the shepherd finally arrived at the pen, he was greeted with the sight of the 99 sheep waiting for him. The shepherd's heart was filled with immense joy. He had found the lost sheep and brought it back safely. He called out to his friends and neighbors, inviting them to share in his happiness. "Rejoice with me," he said, with a wide smile. "I have found my lost sheep. It was lost, but now it is found." The celebration was heartfelt. The shepherd's friends gathered around, praising the shepherd for his dedication and effort. They celebrated not just the return of the lost sheep, but also the shepherd's unwavering commitment to his flock. The joy of finding the lost sheep was a reminder of how much each member of the flock was valued. You see, in life, God cares deeply for every person. The shepherd's actions symbolize how much God values each individual, no matter how far they may stray or how lost they may feel. The story shows that no one is too far gone to be reached by God's love. Even if someone feels lost or disconnected, God's love is always there, waiting to guide them back. The joy the shepherd felt upon finding the lost sheep mirrors the joy God feels when someone returns to him.